The fluorescent lights of the Walmart parking lot cast long shadows across the asphalt as Zebb Quinn finished his shift on the evening of January 2nd, 2000. The 18-year-old electronics department employee had no way of knowing this ordinary Monday night would become the last documented moments of his life. As he walked to his car in the crisp winter air, Zebb was preparing to meet his co-worker, Robert Jason Owens, to look at a potential car purchase in nearby Leicester. This simple errand would set in motion one of North Carolina's most baffling missing person cases, a mystery that would take nearly 2 decades to partially solve while leaving critical questions unanswered to this day. Zebb Quinn was the kind of young man who blended into the fabric of small-town life in Asheville. Described by friends and family as quiet but kind-hearted, he lived with his mother, Denise Vlahakis, and took pride in his job at Walmart. Like many teenagers, Zebb dreamed of the independence that came with owning his first car, which made his planned meeting with Owens that night all the more routine. Surveillance footage from a stop-and-go convenience store would later capture the last known images of Zebb alive, showing him purchasing drinks with Owens around 9:30 p.m. The grainy, black and white footage reveals nothing unusual, just two co-workers making a quick stop before continuing their journey. This mundane moment would become heartbreaking in hindsight, frozen in time as the final glimpse of a life about to be extinguished. According to Owen's account to police, their plans took a sudden and inexplicable turn shortly after leaving the convenience store. He claimed Zebb signaled him to pull over, saying he'd received an urgent page and needed to make a phone call immediately. Owens described Zebb becoming increasingly frantic after making the call from a payphone, abruptly canceling their plans and speeding away so recklessly that he allegedly collided with Owens' vehicle before disappearing into the night. This version of events contained the first of many red flags that would plague the investigation. That same evening, Owens arrived at Mission Hospital, seeking treatment for broken ribs and a head injury. Injuries he claimed resulted from a separate accident later that night. The absence of any police reports for either alleged collision immediately raised suspicions among investigators. The mysterious page that supposedly sent Zebb into a panic became the investigation's next focal point. Police traced the call to the landline phone belonging to Zebb's aunt, Ina Ustich, who provided investigators with a startling revelation. She hadn't been home at the time of the call, having been out to dinner at a local steakhouse with her friend Tamara Taylor, the mother of Misty Taylor, a young woman with whom Zebb had developed a complicated relationship. Even more disturbing was Ina's discovery, upon returning home that evening, signs that someone had broken into her house while she was away. Nothing appeared stolen, suggesting the intruder's sole purpose had been accessing the phone to page Zebb. This chilling detail pointed to a deliberate attempt to lure the teenager away from his original plans under false pretenses. The group gathered at dinner that night took on sinister significance as the investigation progressed. Along with Ina and Tamara, the party included Tamara's daughter Misty and Misty's boyfriend Wesley Smith. This gathering of individuals connected to Zebb through various relationships would become central to understanding the complex web of interpersonal dynamics that might have played a role in his disappearance. The potential love triangle between Zebb, Misty, and Wesley represented just one of many avenues investigators would explore in their search for answers. 4 days after Zebb vanished, his 1991 Mitsubishi Eclipse was discovered abandoned in the parking lot of Little Pig's Barbecue Restaurant, notably located near Mission Hospital, where his mother worked. The car's placement seemed deliberately calculated to ensure discovery by someone connected to Zebb. Inside the vehicle, investigators encountered a series of bizarre clues that only deepened the mystery. A small, unharmed puppy sat in the passenger seat, an animal Zebb had no known connection to. Several empty bottles and a jacket that didn't belong to Zebb were scattered throughout the car's interior. A hotel keycard was found, but never traced to any specific establishment. Most haunting of all was the discovery of a pair of lips and an exclamation point drawn in pink lipstick on the rear windshield. A cryptic message that seemed to mock investigators while offering no useful information. Adding another layer of strangeness to the case, 2 days after Zebb disappeared, before his car was even found, someone called the Walmart where he worked claiming to be Zebb, calling in sick. The co-worker who took the call immediately recognized the voice didn't match Zebb's. Years later, Robert Jason Owens would admit to making this call, claiming he was simply trying to help out his missing friend by covering for his absence. The timing of this deception raised serious suspicions among investigators. Why would Owens pretend to be Zebb so soon after his disappearance, unless he had knowledge of what had transpired? This calculated act of misdirection suggested a consciousness of guilt that investigators couldn't ignore. For years, the case remained frustratingly cold, despite intense media attention and numerous persons of interest. The 2012 airing of the case on the Investigation Discovery series Disappeared brought renewed public interest but no substantive breakthroughs. The turning point came unexpectedly in March 2015 when Owens was arrested for the horrific murders of Christy Schoen Codd, her husband Joseph Codd, and their unborn child. Owens admitted to running the couple over with his vehicle while under the influence of painkillers, then dismembering their bodies and attempting to dispose of the remains by burning them in his wood stove. During the investigation into these murders, police made several disturbing discoveries at Owens' property that would ultimately connect him to Zebb's disappearance years earlier. The 2017 indictment of Robert Jason Owens for Zebb Quinn's murder brought a measure of justice after 17 years of uncertainty. While authorities stated the indictment resulted from years of investigative work, many speculated that evidence uncovered during the Codd murder investigation had provided the missing pieces needed to charge Owens in Zebb's case. Despite this legal resolution, critical questions about Zebb's fate remain unanswered. The full truth of what happened on that cold January night may never be known, leaving Zebb's family and the Asheville community with an unresolved mystery that continues to haunt all those touched by this tragic case. The bizarre clues left behind, the inexplicable presence of a puppy, the cryptic lipstick message, the untraceable hotel key card, suggest a level of calculation and perhaps even mockery that elevates this case from a simple missing person investigation to one of the most perplexing criminal mysteries in recent memory.